welcome back to part 3 of the series where I talk about things that I learned in the Time to Rise Summit back in March 2026 that was hosted by no other than Tony Robbins. I'm talking to you about some of the things that I've implemented into my life and into my business since taking that summit and the things that have really stuck with me since then. Today I want to talk about something you touched on which really resonated with me, probably most out of all of the things I've spoken about in this series. This is when he spoke about identity. I truly believe identity is everything. It is the biggest thing you should be focusing on when it comes to your mindset, when it comes to your life, everything. Identity is huge. He spoke about the fact that beliefs in terms of who you are and your identity will either create or they will destroy. There's no such thing as a neutral belief. They're either adding to your life or they are taking away from it. What he encouraged us to do was really sit down and look at what beliefs we have about ourselves that are negatively impacting our lives. And then he invited us to think about things we could be doing, actions we could be taking right now to change that identity, to change the narrative, to get closer to being the person that we want to be. His biggest advice for how to actually shift your identity was to start doing things you wouldn't normally do. I remember him giving an example of if you want more confidence, you just have to simply put yourself in situations that make you uncomfortable. That is going to build confidence. You just have to do it. There is no easy way to change your identity. You just have to do the hard things so that then they become easy and that becomes part of your identity. There is a part of our brain that will make it really hard for us to distinguish whether we are experiencing physical danger, like being chased by a bear, or social discomfort, like calling up somewhere and asking for a job or like trying to find a new client. The part in our brain, the amygdala that I spoke about, doesn't know the difference. So you have to just ignore it. You have no choice. Putting yourself in an uncomfortable situation is going to be scary. You're going to feel fear. You have to just take the action anyway. Only way through it. I'm definitely going to be attending the Time to Rise Summit next year because it definitely had a big impact on my life. But yeah, I just thought I would share a few little things that I learned during the Time to Rise Summit and how it's impacted my life. And if you love all things neuroscience, spirituality, entrepreneurship, just generally how to level up your life in every way possible, then I would love for you to give me a follow.